Never seen a waterfall gone upwards before. Oh my lord. I'm sopping. I'll lie at first, I was like, oh look at this, but now I'm starting to brick it a little bit, to be honest. I am miles from anywhere.
I'm Chris and I'm solo travelling through Norway in this, my fully loaded motorhome on the ultimate 6 weeks road trip. I'll be filming 42 daily episodes and releasing them every Tuesday and Thursday for the next 21 weeks. So hit subscribe and join us on this incredible road trip. Now let's get back on the road.
Welcome back to the Ultimate Norway Road Trip, episode number 12. If you haven't seen the previous episode, go and watch it. It's by far the best episode I've done yet. We drove a proper, cool, snow-covered road, driving through like tunnels of snow up over the mountain. I ended up staying at a campsite last night, actually, because I couldn't find anywhere local. I was tired and I needed to edit that video, so I just came to this campsite. And I had a good night at the campsite, but not quite as good of a night as my neighbour did. He is fine, don't worry about it. He's a young lad. That shows how chemist he really was. There was also another video that I woke up to on my phone this morning from Emotion Alert, where basically he'd opened the door of his motorhome, stood at the door, whipped down his strides and just peed on the grass straight out of his door. He didn't even come down the steps, just stood at the door. As you can probably see, the snow is really starting to come down now. I'm hoping, because we are high up, as we descend a little bit down, the snow might stop and it might turn into hopefully some sort of light rain. I think I'm being a little bit optimistic though, because this looks like it's in for the day and the forecast also says it is. But it's Norway, so you never know, and I love driving in the snow, it's magical.
You've heard of the NC 500, it's iconic, stunning beaches, epic scenery and some of the best roads in the UK, but it only scratches the surface of the Scottish Highlands. You miss out on places like the Cairngorms and even the Isle of Skye. So while I'm away filming in Norway, you can grab all three of our best-selling travel guides, the NC 500 Improved, the Ultimate Scottish Road Trip and the Cairngorms and Highlands, half price in a bundle. That's just £30 for all three, only £10 per guide. As a YouTube channel, we do not do any sponsored content, brand related content, power bank reviews or any of that. We only advertise things that we make ourselves, which is why the sales of our travel guides massively are appreciated. They support the production of videos like this, the adventures, the diesel to get to these places, to make videos that hopefully you guys enjoy. To get this discount, head over to the link in the description. Now let's get back to the video.
For anyone who's just seen that clip there and thought, bloody hell, where's he gone? I watched the first couple episodes, it was sunny. Where is he now? About 5 hours further north than I was. So not very far north at all. If you understand Norway at all and you maybe know where Bergen is, I'm still a little bit further south than Bergen. I'm a bit further east, but I'm not even as far north as Bergen just yet. But yeah, this is just Norway. The mountain pass I'd driven on the last video when I double checked on Google, the highest altitude you're passing is nearly 1,000 meters high, which works out to be roughly about 100 to 150 meters higher up than driving over the top of Goatfell on the Isle of Arran. So it's quite high, pretty high, and that's obviously why the weather changes quite drastically, because the temperature dropped massively up there. It was about 9 to 10 degrees down on the bottom when I was driving, it got down to -5 when I was coming over the top yesterday. It is only 2 degrees today, so it's not too bad, but it's still cold. weather down here is really different from what it was up there. With a little bit of luck, I might even be able to dip to Boisbriand and potentially get the drone up. There's a waterfall. We need to go and have a look at that. We need to go and have a look at that. Weather's been spotty dog down here. Happy days. Hopefully no one comes in behind us and blocks 6. I'll not get back out, but all the deep spaces have been taken up by people in cars, so. This is another big one, another big one. Somehow, and I'm not entirely sure how, I've missed that waterfall on the guide, even though you drive past here. And again, this is part of the process of making the guides, is to check places. Some of them I've got to take off, some of them I've got to put on, and this one will definitely be added on, especially when you literally drive this route anyway. So I'm going to get rid of my rubbish. And then we'll push on to the next spot, shall we? You may notice that in some of these stretches that I drive, they are a little bit narrower and the roads are a lot busier today, and that is partly because we're in a more touristy area. It's one of the most famous parts of Norway, but also because it's Saturday. And in Norway, the Norwegian people on a weekend spend time outside visiting places in their own country, whether that's hikes, viewpoints, just going to places. That's just what they do. It's part of the culture here, and it's a fantastic habit to have. It's not like in the UK where if the weather's lovely, everyone bursts out of the house, gans to B&Q, buys a barbecue, gans to Tesco, Morrison's, Asda, Sainsbury's, wherever you've got near, and buys a barbecue pack. They'll come out in the rain as well. I suppose you have to here because, let's face it, it is a wet old country. But yeah, you will notice quite quickly on a weekend that it is a lot busier. It's great to see, and this road is spectacular. Look at this. I think this series is just going to turn into a love letter to Norway, to be honest. I love this country. Thought I'd pull over and grab a photograph of this because it's absolutely beautiful while there's a bit of light.
Let's get the photo rather than talking to the camera, and the view on the other side is incredible as well, which I'll show you once we get into Otter itself.
To be fair, because the roads have been perfectly smooth, yesterday when I was at the zinc mine, I actually increased the tyre pressure in the tyres. So I'd been running them at 60 and 65-ish on the back. And I put them up to 70 and 75 on the back now, which is essentially pretty much what it tells you to run it at anyway. So then when I'm on roads like this though, now it's not exactly bone-shatteringly harsh, but it's obviously a lot more harsh. At home, because the roads are so shocking, I run them at like 50 and 55 psi. Not great for miles per gallon, like, but it's better for me spine. If you're not that confident driving your van on stuff like this, to be fair, you're probably a little bit older, and in all fairness, if you're a little bit older and you're not that fit, this hike probably isn't for you anyway. And although the little picnic area is lovely, and chilling in the car park, maybe worth just skipping this. And I've covered that in the guide, so if you do buy the guide, and there's like, when there's hikes and stuff like this, I've kind of tried to detail whether I think it's worth coming based on how fit you are, because the hikes in Norway, some of them are knee joke, and neither is this road actually. Didn't feel this tight in the Grand California. I mean, it's not tight, let's face it, it's fine, but it is if there's a car or a van coming the other, especially if there's a van coming the other way. There's not really many places to move our, so it would be a reverse down the hill job, I think. The camper van bit is a little bit round the corner, to be honest, or it was last time. Yes, it looks like it is, but it also looks like there's a car coming down here. Are you gonna let me through? Yes, I think so. Oh yeah, that was a big old hole. Shit the bed. Wasn't paying the attention because there was a car there. That's the thing, I'm gonna have to pay to get back out, presumably. I think you have to pay. And I don't even know if I'll be able to get the photo and stuff I'm actually after in the first place, to be honest. Somewhat clouted underneath when I went out with that big pothole. Maybe it was just the legs bottoming out a bit, but I'm going to have a quick little nib just to make sure there's no damage on now, but it should be read. It wasn't a bad hit.
So I can't see any issues under the van, but look at the state of what that road has done to this van. All the way up there. The back's absolutely filthy. You know? I don't even know how the back gets dirty, to be honest. Look at that. I honestly haven't got a clue how the back ends up covered, because it hangs over by a good metre and a half. But it does, it gets filthy. Nearly missed the Highland cow that are just behind the van. Neither wonder there's cow shite all over the ground. We'll see if I can get a 40. That house down there, I remember walking past it last time. It's absolutely stunning. As you can see, the drone footage, it's beautiful up there. It's a gorgeous hike, and walking back down this valley is incredible. This is one of the few places I already had a photograph of back down the valley, because the leaves were turning yellow and stuff in sort of an autumn colour when we were doing the hike, because I think it was like October, and it looked absolutely breathtaking. But it is so beautiful here, and the hike, if you're capable of it, is incredible. I mean, me and Danny are not exactly fit really. I mean, Danny's fitter than me, but it's worth just slogging away and doing it. Look at this.
So the car parking was 230 knock, which I think 100 knock is about 7 quid, so maybe 15 quid, 16 quid potentially. But in all fairness, for where you get to start, oh shit. This is a bit of a nightmare. There's 2 cars, so I'm gonna have to reverse back up here and hope for the best, I think. This is the only downside. If you time it wrong, this road's a little bit of a pain in the arse, to be fair. Last time we came, there wasn't a single car. It was that quiet that we actually made quite a cinematic driving sequence where Danny would get out and climb up there, and I'd drive past and she'd get in, and then she'd get out somewhere else and drive past again. So it was nice and quiet last time, but yeah, not so much at the minute. Well, that was a nice little drive, wasn't it? It's been a little delight today because I was expecting this weather to be absolutely atrocious with the start that I had. Look at the state of the passenger seat. Out that was moving around, out that was rattling. Just got chucked on there. So I've got my Mamiya 7.2, my Leica M11, my Leica MP, my DJI Osmo Pocket, my AirPods, my Osmo Pocket other stuff, my Allen keys, a microfiber cloth. I don't know why that's on there. Oh, it's because of the window. I need to sort it out. I've got a bottle of water here, my shoes there, my Crocs have tumbled back there, my other trainers are up there, the floor's minging, stuff everywhere. I need a bit of tidy time. I do need to pull out of those as well because I didn't have a signal up there. And I want to set the sat nav again so we can get to this waterfall, which in all fairness from here probably isn't too far away. I'm glad to be out of that. I was in that tunnel. It was 10 kilometers long. Might have even been a little bit further than that. I just noticed the first sign when it said 10 kilometers one way. Actually, I think it was 11 because I think it was 10-1 and then it was showing 1 left going the other way. You're going through some beastly tunnels in Norway. This waterfall should only be about 10 minutes away up this road. And I am definitely going to go into that campsite. I am. I'm actually really looking forward to it. I'm going to have a proper long hot shower, have a shave, just proper milk it. And hopefully be able to wash my clothes and all. I don't know whether it has got a washing facilities, but it looked like the type that would. Could be wrong. Or if not, actually, Otter might have a laundrette, which will probably be shut tomorrow, but I could probably guarantee some today. But then in all fairness, Danny's coming out in like just less than a week. If I can hold on to it, shaking gives a hand. Shaking shows what to do. I'm like a bear, aren't I? Look at that. The views on this side are spectacular. Like very, very spectacular. This is stunning here. The roads, I'm guessing, have recently been done because they are the same brand new. Absolutely gorgeous, this. What a trip, what a road trip. If you're new to this series, gang back to the beginning. Even if you want to skip the bits when I'm not in Norway, go back to like episode 4 and you will see that this is just insane. Day after day after day. City after town after scenery. Oh, madness. Well, that's a big one, isn't it? The water's gorgeous colour over this side. I can't wait till we get up towards like Geiranger and stuff like that and you start to see the colour of the fjords and they go like an ice blue. They're so ridiculously beautiful. Let's go and have a quick look at this and I'm going to do a bit of research on that campsite just to see whether they have got a laundry. I want to wear some clean clothes for a bit. I've got clean t-shirts and I've got about 3 or 4 pairs of clean boxers left. But everything else I've worn now. There's the view over the old fjord, and let's see the waterfall. Whoosh! Not quite as insane as the others, but if that was in the UK, there'd be thousands and thousands of people visiting it every year because it's beautiful. But after the last couple that we've seen, that one looks relatively tame. But in probably one of the most scenic areas. I mean, it is beautiful here though. Like it's a QR code job, so I think it'll work out at about 75
maybe 72 quid potentially for 2 nights, £78 for 2 nights with electric. So not too bad, I suppose. Done. So I'm going to use the rest of the day to catch up on some work and everything else. I'll quickly show you around the campsite. So with the weather forecast to be pretty decent for the rest of the day and then lovely tomorrow, I'm going to call this video a day now, catch up on a few bits that I've kind of neglected that need to get sorted, have some dinner, and then go for a nice walk into Otter with my camera, and I'll show you around Otter properly tomorrow. Thanks for watching, hope you enjoyed it. See you in the next one. This episode is part of a daily vlog series, so you can head back and watch the previous episode by clicking here, or if you're brand new to this road trip, why not jump back to episode 1 by clicking here and start it from the very beginning.